Hi guys, my name's Piotrkowski, and this is a person who opened their parachute extremely early. And now someone who opened their parachute extremely late. Thank you. Please, yes, thanks for that last part. It hurts me a little bit to do, so thank you. I've been thinking about opening a bed and breakfast where you can play Dungeons and Dragons and get your license renewed. I'm gonna call it the B&B D&D D&B. It's a little better than my idea that's roadside assistance for recovering alcoholics, which is just AAAA. Oh, too many letters for those guys. I've been scared of my bedroom lately because I thought there was a boogeyman in my closet. It turned out to be just a man, and we get along great, so everything's fine there. I was throwing up blood the other day, which is real weird because I don't remember drinking any recently, so I don't know what that was all about. I saw a lady flash a man after receiving a tattoo from him. Must have been tit for tat. I just installed a clapper light in my bedroom. So now every time I masturbate, my lights flash on and off. Which is real bad for my epilepsy. It does turn my hand into like a cheap vibrator though, so I guess take the good with the bad on that one. I tried a craft beer the other day, and let me tell you, those guys should stick to mac and cheese. Okay, that's a stupid one for you guys. I went as my dad for Halloween, so I was the Invisible Man. Yeah, hilarious. I got a cousin that likes to wear pigtails in her hair, but it really slows her down because the pigs are still attached, so really, those are off balance there. Weed's legal here. Isn't it cool to live in a state where you can smoke weed? Yeah. Still can't smoke it in public though. Can't smoke weed in public. But I figured a way around that. I just smoke all my blunts out of brown paper bags, and that seems to do the trick there. Seems to work. I've been watching a lot of movies and TV lately. I was watching Forrest Gump. You guys seen Forrest Gump? Is it just me? But the first time I saw it, I didn't know he was supposed to be special. I just thought he was supposed to be Southern. I didn't realize what was happening there. I've been watching some scary movies too. I was watching Hills Have Eyes. You guys seen Hills Have Eyes? Yeah. They're coming out with a 6th one. There's going to be 6 Hills Have Eyes now. Pretty soon the hills are going to need glasses. I was watching TV and I saw a commercial for Teen Mom 10 years later. And I was like, well, that's just moms. Who are we trying to fool here? Man, guys. How are you guys doing tonight? You guys great? Yeah. Cool. Great. If I hit a furry with my car, is it vehicle manslaughter or is it just roadkill? I kind of need an answer to that. Thank you. I'll be like, Your Honor, it couldn't have been manslaughter. He identified as an elk. I don't know what... Fun fact about me, my mom went into labor with me during the OJ trials. Yeah. But she gave birth as soon as the verdict came in, so me and OJ went free the same day. It's pretty cool. Have something in common with the great Juice. Over 3,000 yards rushing. A lot of people don't know. He killed it on the field, too. A lot of people don't know that. When I was born, I was like one of the most independent babies the doctor had ever seen, right? You know, my hands like came out and then I just pushed myself out the womb. I grabbed some scissors, cut my own umbilical cord. I was so independent, I slapped the doctor's ass. I was like, good doctor, man. That's good. Good shit. I was born into a family, youngest of 5. youngest of 5, right? And I have a friend who's an only child, and we just have like different lives. Like I went to his house once, and just it's like a shrine of him, just pictures. It's like he died in a terrible accident. You come to my house, I'm in none of the pictures. It's either I wasn't born or they didn't have enough money to take a baby on the trip, so I just sent me to Aunt Carol's. Even our vacations are like, I asked him like, oh, would you go on vacation? He's like, oh, we would go like kayaking down the Nile. You know what you do when you're the youngest of 5? Go to Frankenmuth, Michigan. Exactly. Does anybody even know what that is? You get to go one state up. That's all you get. No, but my parents, you know, since they had a bunch of kids, they try to save money sometimes, so they would get us off like off-brand board games, right? So we had like the game of life, but it wasn't like normal life. All the characters were serving a life sentence in prison, and the first one to get out during the prison riot won the game. And it was pretty cool. You even got like the little cards, you know, you pick one up and like, got shanked in the hallway, move back 3 spaces. And, damn. There's no money currency. There was just like plastic cigarettes that you traded for stuff. So it was a pretty fun game. Instead of Connect 4, we had Connect 2, which was just awful because it was a 4x4 square, and whoever the hell went first automatically won. So, just like, instead of Pictionary, we had Stationary, and we just sat still and did nothing. That was the worst one. Hated that. Speaking of things I hate, what's up with the British? Am I right? With their tall hats and messed up teeth. You guys know what I'm talking about. Yeah, exactly. Why do half of them sound like toddlers? They're like, Mother, brother, it's my birthday. It's like, didn't you guys invent English? What's going on here? I don't understand. What's happening? I used to be a lifeguard when I was a teenager. It was a pretty cool gig. Except it wasn't. I had to watch lives and I was a teenager. I wasn't even old enough to get a driver's license yet. The state was like, we don't trust you behind a vehicle, but watching 50 lives at once, you got that down, buddy. I was like, alright. And it was weird at our pool, you know, you couldn't wear underwear into the pool, right? Because when you wear underwear, you get poop particles in it, right? And then you bring those poop particles into the pool. We can't have that. So it was my job, if you saw anybody in underwear, you got to tell them to take it off. So it was always the worst when little kids were wearing underwear, because I'd have to be like, hey buddy, you got to take those underwear off. We also used to have to clean our own bathrooms at this pool, right? Which would be okay, but people like to poop everywhere except in toilets, right? They like to poop next to toilets, on toilets, and lockers, all over the place. But to top it off, one time, I'm walking through the bathroom and someone had written a poo paragraph all the way down a stall door. At the very bottom, it looked like they had written the name Tim. And I'm like, great, I'm going to definitely get blamed for this. So quick thinking, I poop in my hand, cross out my name, and write someone else's. And it worked, because they fired Mike instead, so everything worked great there. I'm going to do some quick impressions for you guys, if I could. Yeah, thank you. This is my impression of a horny ghost. Boobs. Thank you. This is my impression of the Gladiator as a party host. Are you not entertained? Yeah, we are. Thank you. And then finally, this is a birdhouse salesman. So it's a one room. Thank you. Thank you. And I'm going to leave you guys on some sad news here. My cat passed away recently. But he did, thank you, he did write me a letter just before he died. So I'd like to share it with you guys if I could. I'm sorry, this part always gets me. Sorry, it gets a little racist towards dogs at the end there, but he was coming from a good place. All right, you guys been great. Please give it up for your host, Calvin. All right.